get this one truly started and hope the Kushner's internet holds up, as he will be at least leading the way for this one straight off the rip. And Guild will be slipping back to the deeper side of Boathouse. Trek's gonna be back there. Doesn't quite get as clean a shot as he'd like, but no one overextending just yet to punish. They have already crossed through on CT, and well, Leo and Cordamenta are going to keep their lives. And actually, the spacing on this isn't ideal. They're going to be able to find a couple of fights on this, but luckily for BBL, fortunately for them, they do get to clean up the back of Boathouse and at least facilitate the spike plant now.
I'm not entirely sure of the delay in terms of reinforcements coming back through from spawn there, but nonetheless, the paranoia will be invested here, I guess, to be the cornerstone of this retake, but no initial follow-up on it. So a couple of these angles going to present themselves. Ooh. Leo finds one, Aslan will respond.
Great little angle from Aslan there, going to find safe. Time looking good for BBL here. Leo not going to be able to convert much there. Lovely work from BBL once they got onto the site. Held the post plants well.
Contact given just yet from Guild.
No, bear in mind the two players already slipped back towards site. Trex is a bit of a limited time span on how long he can stay there, but he does grab one. Wait, no one checked the back of Boathouse. Rizzo is still open to it in the swing. The timing's so good. Leo finding two here. Oh, the third. The frenzy is on fire. And AIM-DLL's kicking himself. The timing on that crunch to pull the attention back was perfect. Tries to isolate the fight towards Cordamenta, but time's the bigger factor for him. 10 seconds. He's got to get a wiggle on.
10 seconds.
And oh, the time is being played with here. Toying with their food. AIM-DLL still dangerous, but the time has given them such an advantage. Good fight on the first. And now for Cordamenta, just has to play his life. Would love to get the punish at the end. Maybe even get that little upgrade if he could. Not to be. But the round is theirs. And that is
going to come under pressure. Trex will find a couple of bodies on the other end of that.
For the chase.
Cordamenta. Perfect backstab. Actually punished by Turco.
Okay, big timing for BBL to come back into this. That's a little bit of a swing in a moment for them now. Trex, it looks like a one and done spot, but the spacing gives him a second to readjust. Gonna find two. Surprising, but keep in mind that AIM-DLL is still alive. And he has to clutch us up now in the 1v2. Russ is a little far away, and Leo has to pause for a second. So what does AIM-DLL do? The flash not quite resting the corner, and AIM-DLL gonna get proactive. Not gonna work out.
The swap out to the knife there just means he hasn't got the weapon ready to punish.
Turco now going to be slightly divided from the others. Going to invest the owl drone. Still think about the positioning. AIM-DLL puts himself in the smoke. Beautiful work from AIM-DLL. Denying two, and Cordamenta just trying to buy time for the reload. Aslan's going to chase him down, and BBL holding this so far. Just Leo and Trex still standing. Trex does well to find Aslan. But it's time, and time has always been the factor to this. They can do damage, but the time has started to dwindle, and Leo, great work, but I doubt Pora's going to give this one away. Absolutely not. Stand and face the music as BBL answer right back in. Yes, off the back of a couple of ults, but it's got a frenzy in the hands of Safe and one to Russ as well. He's trying to hold that wider peak on it, and Safe trying to swing if he gets a chance, and they're all here. A Dink's what he's going to get, an overwhelmed. Lovely work from BBL. Just brute force on approach, but diligence shown, and there should be a safe plant.
And now with the numbers, whether or not Guild are just going to commit to trying to find a couple of exits. BBL need to make sure they're on damage control here. Hold on to as much of this as possible. Give themselves a little buff ass and nearly caught on the way out here. Turco finds it on the cross though. Actually won't even find the first. Cordamenta with this judge. As soon as he shows his hands, I don't expect anybody else from BBL to entertain it. That's only the Spectre to give it away.
That's
so
upsetting.
Calculated loss on the side of BBL. They should be able to get everybody else at safe distance here. Cordamenta should just give himself up to the spike. And even want to hold on to this until the next round. BBL put them seriously removed. He's actually going to find this. The lockdown very effective in this scenario.
And instantly invested. They've got to somehow get past this. Cordamenta's gone down. Leo's still on the defensive duties to take down AIM-DLL. But again, while this stands, there are problems aplenty. And Russ is punishing Aslan tries to get out of there. And well, it's going to be on Pora with 12 HP towards the back of the site. And Leo's punished him. And you're absolutely right. The critical kill came from Russ taking down.
So an opportunity to find one ahead of Kushner sticks out. Safe able to dash to safety.
That's quite the tell.
Absolutely, yeah. With where Kushner's shift walking towards, Guild should have a great read on this A hit.
And you're on the money. Leo's already leaning over this way. You can see him poised, waiting for it. Russ is on duty, and you've got Cordamenta sitting slightly further tapped in towards short. Now, Leo's only going to trade out 1-for-1, but it's Pora to punish towards Russ.
Wow.
Leaving Coldamenta very much alone, and even with all that insight and knowledge of what was coming their way, they still fumble the bag. BBL are on the site. Now, Claudia's go down. Now it will. The HP is low. Turco a little lower. Pora and Aslan both tagged up, but not an easy site to be clearing. Smoke invested coming down from Coldamenta, and that just whizzed by. Safe gonna go for the rifle instead and hope for the best. Trex gonna be finding Aslan, and Guild pull off the retake. It was systematic in the end, but BBL.
Eco here, Kushner to offset this a little bit with the Blade Storm, so they can get much done here. Kushner straight through to market, actually.
And that could be a punish on the pinch, just because you can see that during that time, Safe was unable to back away. I'm pretty sure he got suppressed on that. But it was Leo to keep it safe. So Leo doing great work there. That one pick, stopping that momentum, maybe that little bit of a spiral. But Pora getting a big shot. Trex is now gone. Still plenty of bodies here, though. And bear in mind, the Safe did fall away, but he still has that operator. Lovely work from the Aldrone. Should clear him out, put him under pressure. Didn't actually tag him, so he gets to keep a little bit of secrecy to this, but he's going to dip towards stairs. So the site is BBL's, but look at the trade out of the spacing on this.
Hunter Fury comes through, and actually Aslan backs into the fragment of Russ. Only one.
Are they walking this back? Coldamenta getting real close to the point of no return, and I mean, facilitates a trade. It's not the end of everything, but now with the lockdown coming through, Safe has to now look for other options to maybe catch this cross, because his teammates are in trouble. And you're right, Safe's gone down, Leo's gone down, and Trex can barely make it away.
Ooh, just missing the lineup there. Russ could have been rewarded. Another to deal with close by. Aslan actually with the pre-fire. We'll find that now. Trex 61 HP. Will swing out. Actually gets himself to a 1v2 scenario.
Spike planted.
Spike only just being planted now. He's got a little bit of time to work.
He does. Calculated loss at that point. Both stacked up towards stairs, though. Might allow him safe passage.
If he finds a 1v1, he's read it. He really read it for a second there. I thought he had the beat on Pora, and he instantly adjusted to it. But legend you are at this. He seems aware of the possibility, but timing's everything, and he misses it. Coldamenta. Brilliant work from him. He's happy with that. That's Kushner now gone. And the indicator once again should be blinking towards that A site.
They might not even second guess the split this time around. Lockdown invested on the way in just to allow safe passage here, but Hunter Fury versus the lockdown, that will be key in terms of this retake here for Guild. That might even try and pop flash aim DLL into heaven here. If he could just get one and get out, this could be... I think AimDLL just caught the edge of that flash.
Yeah, it was just on the edge. I feel as though he would have had that otherwise. You could see the potential to it, but there's the exchange of the ultimates coming through. Trex does find AimDLL. Pora trying to dip down towards hell, but he's going to be overwhelmed. It's a 1-for-1 trade out, and now look at what remains. It's Turco, and there's so many bodies in the way. Is there any heroics that he could pull? No, not this time. Trex is there, and Guild pulling off the retake. As you said, this time not second guessing if there's a further aspect to it, but this is a way different pace change. Russ going to take the fight, and actually isolated was Kushner. Went straight in for it, and sadly copped all the damage. Now bear in mind, look at the purchase though that was surrounding what Kushner was bringing in. It ain't much. Guardian, Spectres, and classics.
And just like that, what looked like even playing field towards the end of this half, this is Guild potentially pushing towards 8-4 on the back of that one round.
Taking that back.
Russ taking a lot of damage though, down to just 18 HP. Got to be careful for the remainder here with a Spectre and a Guardian in play. Aslan will actually find Trex. I'm sure that was a shot towards market, actually. Yeah, that might be the green light.
Coldamenta, it's not the first time he's been here. Now he should be overwhelmed. He has been. Leo trying to save the day. And once again, he feels like the backbone, Leo. Sometimes he can just be the safest pair of hands for this side who can actually keep these rounds from spiraling out of control. See if the plan comes through for Guild. And they're so aware of what's going their way, but the timing. Trex has to turn, addresses Kushner, and gets back to his duty. Coldamenta now a little nervous, a little worried, and just puts up the smoke. Right choice. Spams it out, keeps his life for now, but the damage is getting done. Look at the chip damage on him. He's down to 15 HP, but he does get to keep his life. Luckily for them as well, keep in mind, Leo leant over. Get himself right into the thick of things too. Made sure he was ever present. And now what do we have coming through? Lockdown coming out. Divide coming through, and they have to try and re-engage towards this A site. Not an easy task now. on the trades. Guild backs to the wall, but still just fine. Coldamenta able to do the damage on such dire HP with his aim DLL 1v3, not going to be allowed to go
Beautiful
down.
hold.
Really nice. On.
Put his life on the line, but... Ho, ho, ho.
You needed one of those for a...
30 seconds
Need a couple
left.
more of those if he wants to dig back in.
Because now you look at the next layer to this, it gets harder to clear. But look at the wrap coming out as well. Kushner doing nice work here, but Leo going to put his life on the line. Almost just holding the line as well. Overwhelmed, timing. Does he get away? He has to keep his life.
How?
I have no idea. 10 HP. Ugh, I don't know how he's standing in this. His teammates are falling like flies, but it finally goes down. And BBL work it back in. Brilliant from them.
Well, they sold
I like the idea of it, but in reality, run and shoot them. Let's see how it goes, though, because really, it's not gone well.
Spike down mid. One enemy remaining.
You've upset me today, BBL. You've taken away my frenzy.
The frenzies don't look that good, do they?
Shut up. Shut up, Mike.
Kyusha's just 1v. Close the door.
Panic.
They didn't close the door.
30 seconds left.
Okay, look. The Blender might need some new blades at this point. It's done the best it can. And as did Kushner, but gets overwhelmed. Now, looking at what remains, you've got Spectres. So expect them to get a little bit up close and personal if they can. I think the main point is if they can. For now, Guild are just happy to tuck in, happy to turtle up. Don't need to take too much contact on this. The smoke going to be...
Will the smoke cover the turret, actually? It'll be interesting
That's
if they're
what
trying
I'm-
to flash off contact
We'll
towards
see.
heaven or something.
Well, it's gone poorly to begin with. MDLL spammed out. Yeah, this is good positioning from Guild. Sadly unable to find much here, BBL. Comfort for Guild.
Yeah, that is rough as well, because those sorts of setups will kill.
No idea. Flash through the smoke and away we go. Turco waiting and yeah. Easy work on Russ, who looked just straight up AFK. BBL fully aware of the plan. You could see the fact-finding missions going on towards that A site as well in the meantime, which just allowed for this deeper hold. And Leo's found aim DLL. 13 seconds. It shouldn't be a problem. And Leo left in the 1v2. A 1v1 on the site. 7 seconds. He's got to make this kill happen now.
He's got it.
He's got a plant, Mike.
10 seconds for the recon as well.
This shouldn't have happened. By no means, this should have happened. 5 bullets are going to start working forward. And now, horror. You needed that one and you got it. Leo's starting to heat up, though. That got for them to have impact on. It's Aslan and Pora with those 2 rifles still to hand. Pora the one kind of taking the fight. And you can see Russ waiting patiently. Kusha's found safe in the meantime.
Russ is pinged.
Oh, dearie me. It's all starting to fall like a house of cards. Kusha dives in, punishing Drex and Guild. And this might be a task too far even for Leo, and I think he knows it. Can't deny the defuse and has to sit back and watch as this round defined by Kushner. What a way to find the impact in the end. Leo going to at least take down Pora with him. And
The pulls them away from market, Lauren. That's the key
you're
thing.
right. On the money now, look at the state of this. How do they get any sort of hold on this one? Because Guild are at the door. They're trying to go in for the trades. They need a trade on this. Trex is there. Takes down Kushner and Turco on the back of the site. Still going to hold strong. 2 more could be a problem, but they've got control back towards stairs. The crossfire could have been good, but Safe says no. Turco's out, and actually the smoke denies the vision. Coldamenta, good position to catch across. Spots one. And misses the shot that he needed there. And it's all down to the man himself. Big man Leo needs a big round. They're both towards stairs. He's got to know this. He's found another. And Leo couldn't clutch out before, but maybe he can this time. Tries to get away, readjust, fall away. And he just falls down to the wire, some of these. This is so exciting. Kushner has to respect the utility early on, fall away, because this looks pacey, but the blender...
Rush you
dear.
dead. Chance to be rezzed.
Not pretty. But you're right. But Kushner's positioning, really nice. Falls away from the initial angle, but the double dip on it. Maybe a little too brazen as Leo's going to punish him as Guild. Still going to try and power through on this one. They've got the control they need. The res looking near on impossible. But Dora, the shot is stunning. Leo's gone down.
Spike
And a
planted.
1v2 for himself.
Last player standing.
And he's found one back site. Coldamenta caught in no man's land.
It's such a good read.
He's noted where Safe is. This is huge from Pora. He's playing this perfectly, but only 4 bullets in the mag to play with. He's trying to bait the sound of the drop. Safe didn't quite fall for it on the first try. Now a tap on the spike. He spotted the player out to the classic. It's all he's got left. And Safe tries to close it, and he does. The rifle, right? So if you're going to try and do anything, he's the man you want to do it. He's actually double dipping on this and still takes down Coldamenta. Safe good for it, even on that 5 HP that he had at the start on the crunch towards A. But there's still 2 players here, tucked towards the door. But we know that it is Sheriffs. And the attention goes towards Rust, but Rust loses. And that's huge. Look at the crossfire they can set up now. If Aslan can play his life, this is massive. Oh, BBL are large and in charge. Leo is still doing what he can, though. If there's only one man standing, you would want it to be Leo right now, but he needs this more than ever as Pora on the other side. Still going to be a problem. Spots out AIM-DLL, expects the swing from Heaven, but it's not there just yet. Fuck's behind the generator, 2 towards Heaven. Can he find these individually? Surely not. Spots 1, takes it. Leo now, given another chance. He takes it. Stop giving Leo chances. He doesn't need the help of the 2 clutch players. Now fighting it out is Leo this time.
No
Unbelievable work from Leo. Well, in some of these rounds, and then suddenly Leo's getting 3 kills, 4 kills. He's clutching up, and the ult's coming out now. Coldamenter's found AIM-DLL, and oh, Leo's just pumping damage. Takes down Aslan. Fusion trying to maybe find a little bit of timing. Not going to get it. Doors shut. Open again, but does need to back away now.
Pouring out. Actually, lockdown in hand. Gonna find a headshot onto Safe initially. Down to 10 HP though. Gotta wrap this one up now.
Don't want the game to be over yet. 12-9, and it's not yet. The 2 rifles get saved.
Guild winning out in terms of the mental game here, and it's gonna be a fake onto A site.
But look how successful it's gonna be as well. That's the scary factor.
Already baited out the lockdown. Pora's.
Safe has no idea. Pora's hit. Well, okay, they've pulled 3 players. They're going to at least hear the steps of that, but by now you can see it, we can see it. They're on the side. Coldamenta. What do you do with this one? Well, not much. AIM-DLL's got you this time around. And you can already see over by tree. Safe's looking this way, and they're going to be very diligent on the cross because that's where he was. A quick adjustment up Cat. He's going to try and find the fight towards top mid, which he's won. Massive. Leo's gone down. The raid boss is defeated. Safe's gone down as well. There's still hope here for BBL. 2 more players to find. Russ and Trex. Spike is down and the divide's there. Trex, though! Still good for 2. Russ on the site. He's... Oh! Turco keeps him in this, and my God, I thought, okay.
We'll spot it out, though. Couple more bits of utility here. Kushner actually happy to come through, but Pora's already found Safe, so...
This is good.
Gonna slow things down.
How much do they explore by tree? That's the only question for me, is how much room do they try and take here? Or noted this time playing towards site. I don't know by what degree, but...
For the love of God, BBL, don't explore tree. The line of actually going to come through. Pora gets blinded. What is that nano swarm?
That combo is sickening. And Russ has punished AIM-DLL. Do they know about Kushner? They do now. He reveals it. He shows his hand. He finds 1. Oh, couldn't work it out on the second few. And now the 2v2. Turco and Aslan up against Coldamenta and Russ. Spike to be planted, and Coldamenta needs to be near enough Vico to try and bail him out. It doesn't need the help. Russ is good for it. And now it's all on Turco. A 1v2 to seal the deal. 8 HP is all that's left in Coldamenta to get across the line. Mike, it's a